Hey Insiders, have you ever wondered what are the best online platforms for distributing your music today? Well, if you have, then you don't want to miss this episode with Joe Cuello, former Chief Creative Officer for leading digital distributor Tunecore, and now Head of Strategies and Operations with 1iota. We discuss what some of the main benefits are for choosing Tunecore, as well as some of the leading success stories from the platform. Coming right up.
This episode of the MUBUTV Insider video series is brought to you by the Music Business Registry. The Music Business Registry is the leading music industry publisher of the most up-to-date contact information for major and independent record label A&R, music publishers, artist managers, music attorneys, music supervisors, and much, much more. The Music Business Registry is the trusted industry standard and source serving the music business community for over 30 years with the most accurate and up-to-date contact information available. Their titles include the A&R Registry, the Film and Television Music Guide, the Music Publisher Registry, and the Music Attorney Registry. All of their publications are available in PDF, CSV, or online subscription. Visit musicregistry.com and use coupon code MUBUTV10 at checkout. That's musicregistry.com, coupon code MUBUTV10. When you're ready to put your music to work, musicregistry.com.
Hi, we're coming back to you live from the Muse Expo here in Hollywood, California. We caught up with Joe Cuello, who is the new Chief Creative Officer for Tunecore. Joe, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You know, for some of our viewers who may not be familiar with what Tunecore is, can you talk about what Tunecore is and what they do?
Yeah, we are a digital distribution platform and a publishing administration company. So effectively, we provide the means for any artist at any time to get their music distributed digitally through any of our 150 stores worldwide. So ranging from iTunes to Spotify to Deezer to tons of more regional and localized distribution platforms. So,
okay.
Yep.
All right. As the new Chief Creative Officer, what is your role gonna entail at Tunecore?
Yeah, I mean, I think, my history is working with artists within the context of a major media company. So I worked at MTV for 10 years, and the focus there was the music in programming and then opportunities with brands and, things that really were about the limitations of clearances, right? So a brand may say, we want to work with Taylor Swift. Well, that's a very complicated and expensive proposition in terms of publishing or blocking rights waivers, all those things in terms of booking and relationships with the band. So whether it was music and shows or these brand opportunities, finding independent artists who controlled their own rights led me to kind of this position where I was really facilitating opportunities for unsigned artists that control their own publishing, that didn't have a lot of stakeholders in the traditional sense, from publishers to labels. And then at Tunecore, the Chief Creative Officer role is an extension of that, but focused really on our community. So it's really a handful of things. It's helping the community to have these opportunities. So creating an opportunity layer. Mm-hmm. Those opportunities really are going to be connected to brands. We sold, kind of a show and a package to Swisher Sweet Cigars, and we have a couple of other brands that we're closing some bigger relationships with. And what's unique about those relationships that we're creating is it's really about, most of the money will go to actually creating content, which in turn will create opportunities for artists. The content is going to be available for the artists to do with as they will from the beginning. And then, we're really focused on live opportunities. So we launched Tunecore Live Hollywood in January, I think. Yeah, in January. We have our next one this Wednesday. And then we're launching Tunecore Live New York in June, Nashville, Austin. And then, we were recently acquired by Believe Digital, which has a global reach. So look, the dream would be to have live opportunities around the world at some point on a regular basis. And these are all going to be, tied to sponsorship opportunities for brands and really about Tunecore artists who are Tunecore artists currently or maybe at one point in their career were, which is an enormous number of people. You know, South by Southwest, 33% of the bands are Tunecore acts. So we have a tremendous sort of reach, and my goal is to connect that 33%, to have them kind of identify, because we provide more things for them that are meaningful than is expected of us, you know? So live performance, these content creation plays. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
You know, you've spoken about a lot of the initiatives, which are really interesting, that Tunecore is providing, as well as the different kinds of platforms with the live, with New York, with doing it on you know, a worldwide basis. Can you talk about some of the success stories that Tunecore has had that our audience would be interested in with regards to some of those? Yeah,
you know, I think we really just started. So you know, I can talk about artists that have kind of gone through the Tunecore platform and have, I mean, artists from Drake to, you know, we put out the last Fleetwood Mac record, you know, for the same fee as the guy that plays at your local coffee shop. Okay. You know, you pay a flat fee for your record and you keep 100%. So we really have the whole gamut. I mean, major label acts who maybe pre-initial release want to put something out there will use us, you know. So we're sort of the catch-all at every level. But you know, there's some real winners. Like artist Salento, who the Whip Nene song, that's like a YouTube sensation. It's sort of the new Harlem Shake. That goes through us. We have half the publishing because the producer and co-writer uses us for his publishing administration. And then we did, you know, a partnership with Dance On, which is one of the biggest dance MCNs, through our YouTube monetization program, which is one of the services we offer. And you know, that launched a couple weeks ago, and it's taking what was organically growing and just pouring gasoline on it. So you have this, you know, multi-channel network of some of the biggest dance draws on YouTube that license the song from us to create unique content that continues to drive the growth on YouTube of the song that we're distributing. So that's, you know, those are the kinds of exciting things that we can do, because there's a certain, we can be nimble about what we do, because we're not, you know, we're in a unique position in that we're distributing, the artist keeps 100%. So those stories become just important to who we are, and are not, you know, we're not freaking out about first week sales, because our business is really providing the opportunity for the artist to do what they're going to do. Now, in our new relationship with Believe, it takes that layer of kind of high touch, what's beyond distribution, label services, and adds it to our portfolio of things we can do with artists. So now we're in a position to do more, and not just facilitate the distribution and then watch them go off to another business, label, or... So yeah, that's some of what we do. And to be clear too, like one of my responsibilities as Chief Creative Officer, and this has to do with my role at MTV, which was overseeing music and programming, is the music publishing administration business, which is continuing to grow. And I'm very proud of a guy named Jamie Purpora, who was the president, you know, really built an infrastructure and a system that's really transparent and fair and consistent and available for virtually any artist to access. And where the layer that I'm really focused on is really diving into the great content we have and positioning it for film and TV as effectively as possible. So that's the exciting part.
You know, that to me seems to be, it's one of the things that I think distinguishes you really from your competitors, is that you're offering a service that I would imagine so many brand new artists who don't know the business don't realize the importance of. Is just the aspect of music publishing, not even sync, but just, you know, publishing in itself and the administration of that. And more to your point of just how many different platforms, from YouTube to the you know, online, to the real world, to offline, to sync, to, you know, mechanicals, that there are, that a publisher administrator would be able to account for. And that seems to be a very, very valuable service. Do you know where the idea came for that, to offer that?
I think, you know, the founder of the company understood, you know, Jeff Price understood, I think before anybody, the value of a sort of non-curatorial distribution platform, right, that is available to whomever. And I think that was a genius idea. And I think structurally the idea that it's a fee-based subscription model and not a percentage participation, which means to some degree, you know, we believe artists bet on themselves when they use us. And, you know, unless you presume you're going to sell only 10 copies, we're a good deal. And who's an artist and wants to put their stuff out and is doing it assuming they're going to sell 10 copies, right? So you hope that people believe, and look, statistically, not everybody sells a bunch of records, but for me, I want to bet on the artist that bets on themselves, that thinks we're going to sell some stuff. So that's our system on the distribution side. And I think he saw and understood from a rights perspective that most people don't understand, you know, the implications of publishing. Where does that Venn diagram of I'm affiliated with a PRO, ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, what parts of my royalties are not going to be collected by them in certain territories or internationally? And that's still complicated for all of us. Like, it's an amazingly complex thing. And so what we hope to do is to say to people, like, look, here's a very fair, transparent deal. It's not a publishing deal in the sense of an advance. It's very much like our distribution. It is one part of the company where we do take a commission. It's a 10% commission. For obvious reasons, that's the only business there. So it's a one-time setup fee. You can continue to add content to it forever. And we will then, you know, we sort of parse out all the stuff and find out where we can focus and bring the most reward for a certain number of artists. You know, there's only so much music that film and TV wants. So we try to give the opportunities. We give everything a listen and figure out what to do with it. And then it goes into that sort of pipeline for opportunities. But everything is considered, and everything is, you know, it's not easily understood always, like I said, but how we relate to them, it can be easily understood, right? So that's important to us, and certainly very important to me. And I want people to come to Tunecore on the publishing side or on the distribution side or on the artist services products that we offer, and just feel like they understand their relationship to us, where the money flows, where the accountability is, and not have any questions. Because there are certain parts of our business that are fairly, you know, they're not the most transparent. So we don't want to play a role that further distorts kind of the independent artist's ability to control everything.
Some great information coming from Joe, especially for those of you looking to get your music distributed on the various digital platforms that are available today. So, insiders, question of the day. What were the most relevant things to you that Joe spoke about in our discussion regarding Tunecore? Was it the main benefits that Tunecore provides to you and your music? Or was it some of the success stories that have come out of the platform? Or maybe it was something else that stood out to you. If you have any ideas or experiences that you'd like to share regarding this video, we'd love to hear from you and connect in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to MUBUTV for more information on how to educate, empower, and engage your music career. You can also check out a summary of this episode and everything we talked about in the YouTube description as well. And if you like this video, we'd really love it if you hit the like button and let us know what other kinds of videos and types of content you want to see on our channel. Hit us up in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.